And we're live.
Then there were two.
And then there were two.
And then there were two. Let me get a mic. There we go. Wow.
Oh yeah, that map I think is wrong.
Oh yeah. Well, every graphic we've got is.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, it's not wrong so much as it doesn't expand all the way, and it doesn't look like we've unlocked it. So it's close. The information isn't necessarily
Like throwing a hand grenade.
Because we've unlocked the Green Griffin complete. Yeah.
correct, but the future information is.
Yeah. It's just missing the Hellborn Heroes. I think is the only thing that's not on there.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. It's Monday.
God, yes, it is.
Did you have a good weekend?
Sure.
Sure.
Actually, yes. I got one of the old cars running, and I was able to drive it a lot, and that was fun because I have to put miles on it, get the motor broken in. And so that was fun. It was, but that was about it.
Yeah, I live in an HOA, so once everybody starts going outside to mow their yard, you look like the asshole when you don't mow your yard. So,
yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I mowed my yard. Made it
And
all
then
nice
the guy across the street, there's a natural spring in the north end of our neighborhood, and the city didn't route it right or whatever, so it goes through a couple of drain along curbs, and it goes right in front of my house into the drain down here, right? Mm-hmm. And so this is actually a lot that somebody could buy and put a house on, of which no one would ever think somebody did. But guess what? Somebody did. And so they fixed the well or the spring to where it's now contained, and it doesn't seep out and create a field or anything. Well, now it flows a pretty good amount of water. Mm-hmm. So my neighbor across the street did like you said. He's out there mowing. But he's sort of sometimes like me, like I'm a little too busy. I don't feel it today, that. So you could tell when he's mowing, he's zooming the motor up, lifting it up, moving forward and dropping it down, and it's almost killing the motor. One of those out. So he turns around and takes his air blower and blows it all out into the street, thinking we're going to have that big storm and it'll wash away. Yeah. Well, it didn't.
Yeah, so
all it did was collect in front of my house, slow the water thing down, so now it turns into this lake. I mean, it's a disaster. So I went out there with a rake. I was going to get it all cleaned up and do it all, and he actually showed up. He felt guilty. He said, yeah, my wife saw you out here, so I had to. I was like.
Yeah. And a lot of people in my neighborhood get people to come and mow it, but I kind of like mowing it. It's kind of like a cathartic thing for me because I put in an audiobook or a podcast or whatever.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Plus, it was really nice windy. It was pretty good wind.
Yeah, when I'm in the mood, I'll go out and do the yard work. It's just finding that mood. When it's now grown up and I have to go do it and I'm still busy and doing whatever else, that's when it becomes the whip of the, it's like trying to work with Justin. It just becomes the whip of the century.
Got him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I write up a contract for myself, so it's like, hey, if you mow the yard, you'll get $45.
Oh wow, there you go.
Pay yourself.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
This happens to come from Sarah's bank account, right?
Yeah. Sarah's bank account.
Here's your bill, babe. Yeah.
I'm
gonna go get some beer. I'll see you later.
Well, pay this invoice when you can, ma'am.
Welcome to the Bones 6 fix is kind of what we're calling it because we did Bones 5 live because that sounded good.
Oh, okay.
And now this is the Bones 6 fix. Yeah, Ron came up with that name.
So I guess the implication something's broken. I don't know.
No, you got to get your fix, like your.
Oh.
Yeah.
Feed the monkey.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Pet the monkey.
Well, I mean, it's been an eventful day so far. My headache's gone. I started the day with a headache, but over the weekend I found this kind of software that I was showing you this morning that I did some scans of.
Are we going to get to see some of it here?
I think Justin has it. Yeah, there
we go. This is some really cool stuff.
So what you're looking at here is I scanned this owl model. So this is the owl statue from the Talons of Winterfall encounter or legendary tale in the Kickstarter. And I 3D scanned this model on my phone. So I just grabbed the physical model and I scanned it and turned it into this little mesh video here. Obviously, the lighting underneath his tail is a little weird, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Do you have the other stuff to show them?
I don't, because it's really hard. I can't really record it. Actually, I'll have that tomorrow.
Okay.
I can screen grab it from my phone. So what this means is that I can turn this model into an AR, augmented reality model.
Uh-huh.
So if you guys have ever played Pokemon Go or anything like that, where you have your phone and you can see the thing out in the real world kind of a thing, well, I could do this with this model. I could blow it up, make it really big, really huge. I actually went out into the parking lot during lunch and blew it up as big as I could, and it was massive. It was like huge. So
well, see, he did. He was over in the mold area, and he puts it on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's his height. I mean, it's tall.
Yeah.
And then he's walking around it. It's not like he's turning it on with his finger or
Fingers,
anything.
yeah.
He's physically, literally walking around it. And it was really, it's very neat. But I guess the impressive part is years ago we started to mess with this, and we had to buy a camera and a turntable, and then get software and this, and it was just really clanky and clunky, and obviously that's why it didn't. We did about a dozen figures and then walked away. And you did this with a phone.
Yeah, just this took me like 5 minutes.
What are the chances, by the way, Ed, we could do this and have these placed for each menu on the website?
That I have to talk to Kit.
It's a function of time. Well,
Yeah.
you're right. We'd talk with Kit and have to get it set up, but it really just becomes a function of time and then choices. We would probably, if we did it, we would definitely just probably start off doing it with the Bones USA, the Bones Black.
Yeah, like going forward, and then if we have time to go back.
Yeah, and then because that's going to be the popular stuff, it's going to say. It'd be hard to go back to 2001, the very first Dark Heaven figure in metal, and then just start there. And because the model prep too, you're really it's going to be it has to be spot on. You're not going to be able to just get away with doing anything, because if you want to blow it up the size of a parking lot, then you can't have casting tabs sticking out and
A cool thing though is that you could take because in the new age of sculpting and miniatures now, almost everything is 3D sculpted. So, everything in the past, I don't know how many years, 10 years or so. Not everything, but a lot of stuff in the past 10 years. But if you go back, we can document the older stuff now and turn it into 3D scans and things like that.
Well, ultimately, if you could take the 3D scan and get that kind of detail and then turn it into an STL, that would help revive a lot of those old models and kind of a thing.
So that's fun. It's just something to mess around with. But I was talking to Bill, and Bill went to a convention to where they had an iPad set up, and you could take photos with augmented reality models or augmented reality things. And so I'm going to do a test during the Kickstarter party. I'm going to set up an iPad, and I'm going to have a few models. Maybe let's say Sir 4 scale is a good one. That way you guys can have a TV. You can see what your poses are going to be, and then you could pose with the models. And if that test goes well, it's something that I think we could do for ReaperCon.
Yeah.
We could do all the iconics for ReaperCon. I even talked to Kevin. Kevin had the idea of just taking skeletons, and you can pose them just for the picture. So you can make them do thumbs up or make funny do
that would be a
things.
neat feature there, because I know that with the Pokemon Go, you can call them up and then
they do dances,
put them in the
and
wild and stuff, and then. But that's what I do with the grandkids. Is have them hold their hand out or put their arm like this and then get it in front of
put it on there.
And they can't wait. I'll show them the pictures and send them to their mom, and they're like, "Oh my God!" And it was right there. It's just like how their brain's not processing. It's just their granddad trolling them, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I could do that Paleo Step App. That's another test I want to do, is go take a photo scan of a painted model to see how it does.
I was thinking of that. Yeah,
because this picked up detail pretty good. You can see there's some things that are a little fuzzy, and the lighting is not the greatest, but I want to see what it looks like with a painted model. You're right, so we'll see.
Palos, you're on to something. That's a project that I'm wanting to get done sooner than later. We're moving the gallery soon, like in the next couple of weeks, to the new building. Even though we can put stuff in it, we can't occupy it. And there's a whole story going on with that. God Almighty, it's the ass whip of the century. But anyway, in the store up there, it was set up where there's going to be a large chunk of the gallery. And it won't be everything we have, but it'll be a large thing, and then we'll rotate it through there as needed. New stuff will be coming in, old stuff will come out. But it would be nice to have that something like that.
Yeah, I think that I'll try to see what I can do with that. And
Tell us the story.
Somebody was asking, or I think it was Justin. He goes, "Oh, what is the possibility of getting this on the website?" And it all comes down to how big the files are and what kind of files are, because a lot of the times you go to other websites and you see, let's say Amazon, for instance, they're huge, but they have the thing that says you can click on it and it'll say 360 on it, and you click it and then you can drag it with your mouse and go back and forth, things like that. And I think you could do that with this. We have to look into
that's what we were doing. That was
our
our initial thing. We had to put it on a mechanical turntable, or to regulate its thing. And you shot the camera at this angle, and then you shot it at this angle, And then it took all of that data, and it created the ability for you to go in and grab it and move it around. It's a lot like if you've ever gone to go buy a new car now. That was one place I saw it. When you pick your own car, that you can get in the interior and turn around and look up, and that's what they're doing.
So it sounds like a great RVE feature. Oh, that does sound fun, actually. Like a Google Maps thing where you could like walk through the factory and stuff. That sounds great.
He's going. Sounds great for our adventure. Make a run against the subcontractor to get the parts to the permit department to get things through. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What we're doing, really, I'll give you the nutshell. What I'm having to do is pull all of the pizza equipment off of the plans, because that's where it was using up a lot of the power. We had a double stack oven and different things like that. They were all associated, and in fact, a Ventahood had its own 5-ton AC unit assigned to the Ventahood. It's just the way it all works. I mean, so what I'm doing is having all of that pulled out from the plans, and then allowing them to which would allow them to reconfigure, or not reconfigure, recompute the load that I need. And that's the bulk of the load, because everything in the store is just LEDs. You know, that's really a chunk of the load. And if I can get that load down, then I can pop those lesser, go out and get the lesser boxes and do all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And go from there. So that just means, and what I'll do is reconfigure it for a sandwich shop. And that way we can still do something there. It just won't start off as pizzas until we can get the parts in that are necessary. But I need to get the store open. We just need to move on, and kind of a thing.
Yeah.
We
there
could
will
do
be
pizza. We could do pizza, but it'll probably be a lot like the way Subway does it, like in an impingement oven, where you just put it in, it cooks it really fast. We won't be able to do a proper, like what we're setting up to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, but at least gets the buildings going and on and on. It just, you just get out there every day, and sometimes I just feel like it's like Conan, except, he got to push that log or that little thing he was walking on. I think all we do is get behind it and just push all day, and if it moves a half an inch, we say, hey, great job, and pat ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
None of us are going to end up looking like him anyway, so.
I was just thinking, actually, the 3D scan thing with the owl. I was thinking of it's good for social media, because I could take a picture of, let's use an owl bear, for example. If I take a picture of that mama owl bear, the big one, I can take a picture with it of like it being kind of big, and I can say, well, this is how big it would be in real life, next to me or something like that, This is how big this model actually is in real life, kind of a thing. You can scale it up. That'd be fun.
I think I would like to have something open up with, by ReaperCon for sure. And it's Texas, you can't do proper pizza anyway, so the Big Apple says. That almost sounds like a throwdown. We'd have to, but let's get
funny.
there, and then we can have fun with it.
Yeah. You have to try it to
he
make
pushed
that
it
decision.
until everyone else was dead. So Get 99 has it, yeah.
I hope that it will be open by ReaperCon. I think it will be by ReaperCon.
Yeah, I hope it should get there.
Okay. So, we got our social media stretch goal last week.
Which is good. That was that one for
the
this
Warg.
week.
Yeah. The next social media stretch goal will be this Wednesday, and we'll have to see what that is on Wednesday.
But
Ron
this
was juggling
weekend,
a couple
didn't we get
things.
we hit the 7,000 and got the
Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
Yeah, the first Barbarian.
Prince.
7,000 backers. We unlocked the Barbarian. That is now added to the core set.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the Kickstarter page on my phone here. We're currently working towards Charandar. You can see him here on your screen, right here, this big guy. If you look at the most recent update, there's a big turnaround. No, it's on the front page. If you go to the campaign page of the Kickstarter, there is... did you see the text message, Justin? Okay, Ron just texted us. I think we have some sneak peeks. But if you go to the front page of the Kickstarter, the campaign, you'll go down and you'll see turnaround. You'll see a turnaround of Charandar here. We've shown off a bunch of videos and pictures of him being painted on other people's streams, for instance, like Michael Mordor. The Goblin King over in the UK, he's painting a Charandar, or painted a Charandar on his stream. And I think Proctor is painting Charandar.
No, remember he snuck it in the back. Oh, no, that was the Paizo.
That was the Paizo
Chibi Dragon, yeah.
I like Charandar. Charandar's awesome. Bigger than I expected, because Ron was saying 3 inches, but now it's on a 4-inch base, and it's a lot taller.
It's a sizable dragon.
It's big.
And I really like the shape of its head. Well, I like the shape of the whole thing. It's definitely a nice twist.
Yeah, a lot of people, he's thick. He's thick. He's not like a slender dragon. we have a poll right now going on the Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
the Twitter, Discord, and in the comments of the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Ron wanted me to ask what you guys would like to see next, either the Lost Tombs of Hakir or the Denizens of the Dungeon. And it's kind of a toss-up right now because on Facebook, Hakir is winning.
Uh-huh.
On Twitter, Hakir is winning. But I think in the Kickstarter comments, Denizens is winning. And it's basically 50-50 in the Discord right now.
What I saw, I liked them both. But really, honestly, if I was going to choose, I do have an affinity for Egyptian stuff. So
I think Tombs is winning right now, overall. But the sad thing is that no matter what, there's going to be a team that wins and a team that loses.
Well, true, but now nearsighted Drive says that here are mostly terrain.
Ron said that there was quite a bit of terrain. He didn't want to use the words like a lot.
A lot,
but there is some terrain in
there. And really, that's sort of for me. That is Egypt. When we built a huge Egyptian city a decade ago for Cav and stuff like that. A lot of it really revolves around the statues, the terrain, and stuff like that. So
I'm seeing a lot of Hakir in chat. Hey, guys, there's a poll at the top of the chat. You can see the poll.
Yeah.
Speaking of that poll, here is the sneak preview.
Oh, we're going right into it.
Here we are. Yeah, why
You guys
not?
get a
we
sneak
can talk
peek
about it. It's pretty cool.
Of Lost Tombs of Hakir. So there's the Dune Scorpion and the Sand Scorpion.
Are those like statues of scorpions?
No, they look like real scorpions to me. It looks like
that
they're
one on the
sculpted-
left looks like an emperor. I mean, that's yeah.
I'm assuming these are sculpted by Jason Wiebe, judging by the material that they're sculpted in. I think this is a very iconic
he does
Jason.
his greens.
So shout out to Wiebe and the greens. Oh man, that Dune Scorpion looks awesome. Can you full screen this, Justin? Is that possible? I didn't know.
The sand scorpion is like, I don't know what I don't know what it is, but I call those Mexican scorpions because you'd be down like we spent a lot of time down there along the border. My uncle had family down there, and you could just be watching TV, and out from under the couch would come a couple of scorpions heading towards the wall over there or something, and they always look like that.
I haven't seen very many scorpions in real life, like in person in my life.
Dave jumped into bed with one time.
Oh.
It stung him, man. He was back. It's like, what the? Oh, that was a bizarre night. But to me, the Emperor is just so badass looking, and everything about him is just over the top.
The Dune Scorpion looks awesome. I like the texture, kind of the bumpy texture on the tail.
Chris Lewis.
Oh, Chris Lewis did these. Oh, I'm sorry.
And then we did scorpions early, and we always gave them riders. But the sand scorpion might be good with a goblin rider or a kobold rider, and so he's really, the kobold thinks he's in charge, but he's really just a snack for the sand scorpion, kind of a thing. So,
yeah. I'm sorry I misspoke. I'm sorry. These were sculpted by Chris Lewis.
You sound shocked. Don't sound shocked.
Well,
That's
I didn't know. He I don't think he normally does stuff in green. I don't know if that's.
I haven't been reading. I've been looking at the figures. Let's see. Hunt at night. You won't see them during the day unless you're disturbing wood piles. Good to know. Had a real scorpion near our campsite a couple of weeks ago. Your wife wasn't a fan of him. I'm with her.
Man, a 2-inch base. So he's probably, I don't know how tall he is, but probably from base to tail, I would guess 48 millimeters if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But that's just a guess.
Yeah, the sand one's almost too realistically creepy because that's the kind we would encounter around here. It look more like that.
Yeah, Dude Scorpion's more of like a, you know.
The Dune
fantasy.
Scorpion, I don't know where you find that. So somebody mentioned like Arizona, they're creepy and stuff. I think they glow in the dark too. They have some sort of a
bioluminescent.
Yeah. And
man, that's awesome. These are cool.
Micro was catching. That's a job. That's a bad job. A dirty job. That would be is going out and catching scorpions in Arizona.
Does anybody know how many eyes the scorpion has normally? Like in real life?
Oh, I have. Yeah, no clue.
I don't know. It looks like the Dune Scorpion has maybe 4 that I can see.
Enough to see you if it doesn't like you.
He has like these little ridges down his back, spikes on the tail and the bumps. Those are good texture, especially on the claw. His little armor sections.
Oh, wow, Vallender. And you're a Scorpio.
Green user says scorpions glow under black
That's
light.
it. Scorpions glow under black light, not in the dark, under black light. Yeah.
Quincy says, I don't like to think about scorpion eyes, to be honest. That's fair. Oh, yeah, trigger warning.
Google says 6 to 12 eyes.
Oh.
Too many eyes.
Oh.
And there goes Eminem. He's just off to go take care of it.
Sorry for the trigger. You could go down, Justin, instead of full screen now. But I didn't
We
even
did.
think about it.
Now
'cause
there was
we did the scorpion,
I mean,
or
I
the
don't know,
spider.
150 years ago or whatever. I painted up a scorpion army with the riders and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I went ahead and painted them. Everybody had always been doing, exotic colors or whatever. This I painted them to all look like the Texas. They got this sort of sand color to them, and this, that, and the other.
They're kind of
And
kind of like a beige.
Yeah, and we had this
Sand.
piano. Well, we had a piano in this second room, a little upright, and to get them out of the way, because we had people coming over, I had to take down my painting table, so I took it all down, and I just put them all over the because I was still working on them, all over that piano. I just sort of stuck them in there on the top and on the cover and all that, and then left. And then there was a lady at the party that happened to go in that room, and she, and so we found out, and she just didn't think that was funny at all. I was sort of amused.
Well, there's your preview.
Yeah.
I know that it looks like Hakir is going to win, judging by all the polls that I've seen on our Facebook and Twitter and everything like that. I know people really want to see Denizens, but it looks like Hakir is going to win, maybe. But you'll find out in the next update. Whenever we hit our next stretch goal, which is 1.05, that is the next unlock. So when Chirondar gets unlocked, which we're, 14,000 away? 13.5. We're about 13.5 away. And as soon as we hit that, in the next update, you guys are going to find out which expansion is going to be next in the unlocks. And that should be after the Hellborn Heroes. Palos. I was working on the Cave Spider Hotel one time. Oh, I see.
The question
that's
is
funny.
if I didn't realize they're related to an arachno. Does that mean that a scorpion can jump? I've never seen one.
Can
that
they
would be
jump?
freaky.
Somebody Google that real quick. I'm sure they can. Yeah, Hakir is the most curious one. I agree. A lot of people, there's been calls for an Egyptian style expansion for many years, and I think we had a lot of stuff ready for Bones 5. So a lot of that stuff carried over to this Bone 6 because it didn't really get revealed or unlocked, with obviously more stuff added to it. So
there we go.
Yeah,
Please go. So what's the next big question that we'll have to vaguely answer?
Vaguely answer. Yeah, so we'll
No,
have
it
another
says they
social
can't
media.
jump. That's good to know.
Oh, nice.
Although based on the poll here on Twitch, Denizens is winning by like 3 votes.
3 votes, so it's close.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's really close on the Discord. It was basically 50-50. But Facebook, it was just being blown away by Hakir. Well, 200 votes for Hakir. Come on, Denizens. I'm sure you'll see it eventually. I mean, I feel like things are starting to pick up as we start to reveal more options and more expansions and things like that.
They are. It was a very strong weekend. I mean, just kind of a thing as it starts to build up steam.
Ron wanted me to pull these up.
Yes. Can you blow them up?
Yes.
Yeah, these are the Hellborn Heroes, sculpted by Green Users. I'm just going to say Green Users because I don't know if it's Bob or Julie or both. But sculpted by Green Users in chat. These are the Hellborn Heroes. I think we have Rodolphe. Rodolphe sculpted these. I think we have these in house, I think. Just like we do the Knolls, how we made masters of those. I think these are being transferred over to Metal Masters at the moment. So as soon as we have those, we'll put them on the wheel sometime this week, if I'm able to grab some, if they're available. But my favorite of these, personally, is I really like the top left one, the kind of the paladin-y
with the hammer
fighter, with the shield and the hammer. And I think he has a beard, if I can see correctly. And then the bard. I think the bard's really fun because he has like a little ale horn with his lute. He's the middle right. He has his lute holding onto the ground there, and he has his horn, his ale horn there. And I think that's a nice touch for like a bardy type. You could put him in the Green Griffin.
But I just don't think of a Hellborn person as a bard.
As a bard?
Yeah. I mean, anything. Yeah, it's what it's all about. It's anything, theater of the mind. But
yeah, I love these. Just like the Knolls, I love these as well. I think this is a good addition as a $14 option. These are the Hellborn Heroes.
Yeah.
I know Ron is working on a bunch of the graphics right now.
Can you make it any larger and not necessarily worry about the text? Just see the figures.
Let me try. I can blow it up a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some of the masters and see if we can. There
we go.
And then kind of move around. But yeah, I really like this.
Oh,
top
I
left
do.
guy.
I see now with the one that's more of the paladin. He's definitely got
Yeah.
that standing there, like we're gonna have a discussion, and it's one way. And the
There's
bard's smiling.
Yeah, he's happy. He has like a little goatee with his little devil horns there. Very active tail. Same thing for the top right one, the little sneaky rogue with a little pouch in her hand, I think. There's the sorceress there on the left, the mage with the crystal staff. I like that all their horns are slightly different. Shorter, longer, weird, different curves.
Well, no, I like the fact they have the facial expressions. I always love that.
Yeah, like this dual wielding fighter on the bottom left here. You can go kind of has like a ragey type angry face, and then we have the bottom right archer. She's kind of like smirking, but I like her hooves. I like the hooves on those two, on the bottom. So those are kind of like their hooves are visible. But if you look at the top, the
ones
bard
in the
and stuff,
center
they have
have
boots.
more of a boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean they have regular feet?
Probably not. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know what's underneath those boots.
No, I don't. No.
It's fantasy. Can make it up.
Oof and Death Squad. It's lighthouse time.
Hashtag lighthouse time. You know what? The light will guide us.
Yeah.
Into port.
It won't be the light. It's going to be Ron. Because no one can say or do anything until Ron approves it.
I saw something in the Kickstarter comments this weekend about he made an update on the weekend, and somebody said, "Thank you, being the ever vigilant lighthouse keeper. Updating us on the weekend.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ron, for being the lighthouse keeper."
Isn't the Eye of Sauron, though, a lighthouse in its own way?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the anglerfish. It's guiding you, but to what? Your death.
Christoph 65. I hope there is no lighthouse.
Yeah, it's been a very divisive thing everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'll be with you, Christoph. I can't wrap my brain around it. It doesn't. I think of some cool pictures I've seen of some cool lighthouses. There's that one that's like wrapped in the ice and stuff like that, or getting hit by waves. I've seen them, but man, that's a lot of material, a lot of work for a lighthouse. You know? I would have to think that some of the laser cutters somewhere have done it. But if there was a way to do a Reaper one, I'm sure Ron will figure it out, and we'll either know or we won't.
If there was a way, we'll find out. If
Hashtag no lighthouse. Easy Lobo's going to start a movement. And a zombie lighthouse. Now, see, that's interesting. What would a zombies need that for? But that's also sort of cool. Maybe that's what allows them to find the light. Pringles cans, yeah.
Lighthouse dice tower. You can convert anything.
The
to
lighthouse
be a
of
dice tower.
Alexandria was in Egypt, so Hakir, yeah, that's true. Except it's now at the bottom of the water out there in the harbor. But
Reaper only. Clavicus says. He says there's a bunch available for 3D printing. Give us something that says Reaper only.
Ah, okay.
You like the boat? Like, I think the boat was huge. That was a big deal.
Yeah, no.
Because I've seen all the kinds of MDF boats, like wood printed boats.
Well, other than the
laser
foam
cut
boats, and then the cardboard and plastic, and
There's weird ones that are like they have like clear inserts, but they have like 3 layers of wood, so they look like they're kind of like floating.
Move between the decks.
Yeah,
and stuff,
but I think ours was really good.
Ours was an actual function. It looked like a real ship. I mean, it just sort of took that extra step. It wasn't just a game ship, and that was sort of the criteria. I'm sort of a sailing ship head old guy, and so is Chris. And I mean, we just sat down and debated, and I think we both decided we knew what we were talking about, knew where it was going to go, and what we were going to do. And boy, he got it there.
But so this is the last unlock I think that we have revealed right now. So we have there's Chirondar, the Wolf Pack, Talons of Winterfall, and the Hellborn Heroes. Oh, no, there was I don't have the here. I got to pull up the updated map because it's throwing me off looking over there. Wolfpack, Talons. Oh, Briarwood Complete. So that is something that has changed. If you guys didn't see the update over the weekend, is that the Briarwood unlock at 1.16 is going to be 3, 4, and 5. So it's going to
rolled into one.
It's going to unlock the whole expansion. So at 1.16, if we get there, it's going to unlock all 3 of the last remaining Briarwood expansions. And then that is going to allow us, once we hit 1.19, right after that, there should be one of the two expansions between Denizens and Hakir, Lost Tombs and Denizens of the Dungeon, depending on which one you guys want to see more. But I think right now Hakir is winning. Judging from all of the social media and all of the polls that are everywhere, it looks like Hakir is winning. So we'll see. You guys will find out in the next update. As soon as we hit 1.15 or 1.05 and we unlock Chirandar, you guys are going to see what that expansion is going to be in the update, and when the campaign page gets updated. So Ron right now is busting his ass because he's updating all the maps and stuff because we obviously we shifted things around and things got updated. The expansions got turned from 5 unlocks to 3, so he has to change that. And
he did that because we had the new stuff coming in, so he was making room for it to be able to get there.
And he's updating the front page, the core set graphic. So we added the Drift Lurker there, the Warg is there. I think the Easter models are there, or they have not been added yet, but those will be added. So it's just a matter of going through and editing all those graphics and things like that. Especially as you start, the core set one's the most nightmarish, I think, because as you keep getting more and more and more and more stuff unlocked, then, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So there you go. Any big questions over the weekend? Let's see if anything else got updated.
The dragon's sitting on the table here. This is the 30th anniversary dragon.
Yes.
And it is part of the Kickstarter as well.
We just haven't revealed where it is.
Where it slots.
In the unlocks.
And sometimes they usually don't make it till the very last day of the party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Maldrakar all the way back in Bones 3 didn't get revealed for a while.
Yeah.
I think this one we revealed pretty early. The boat we didn't reveal that early either. It showed up, I think, 2 weeks before the Kickstarter campaign ended.
Well, because one of the things when we realized what we had stepped into is we wanted a printout of it. And it took time for them to be able to print it, engineer it, print it.
Oh, the boat?
And then get it out so that we could actually, hold. Because that was one with, you just look at the picture and you go, well, yeah, that's a little dot there, that's Sir 4 scale. That really doesn't register in my brain. But to have somebody standing there holding it was just like a whole different world.
Yeah, yes. And obviously we were like, I don't think we're going to ever do something that big again. I think that was like pushing the limit a little bit.
Never say never, but you're right. That's not. The last one, it was a great Kickstarter, but we turned the volume up to 12.
We do
it was like hyperdrive.
A 1/5 scale Camaro in plastic.
A 1/5 scale.
Yeah, one person would buy it.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, I was supposed to say
and then he wouldn't pay for it because he'd go, well, I want my employee discount.
Yeah. So for anybody that's just joining us, we unlocked the backer stretch goal this weekend, or this morning, I think, or yesterday. I think it was this morning. It was Cal Arath, the Barbarian Hero. We unlocked the 7,000 backer stretch goal. And the next one is at 10,000 backers. And so this is a part of the 3-tiered unlock with the Barbarian Prince, the Barbarian Conqueror, and the Barbarian King. So we'll see.
Now,
you got to get backers.
Jack had a question there about the. I'd have to get back with Ron if we've done that. He's got he's my memory. I don't know what we did, but I mean, as long as it's in resin and not out of this, and it obviously, if it's done in resin, if the 30th anniversary is done in resin, it's expensive.
Yeah,
but I don't see why we wouldn't. But now that I've said that, we'll know here in a second if my phone pops.
Yeah, well, we'll ask about it in the Kickstarter meeting.
Yeah, we'll find out from Ron.
But I know that we did the Maldrakar resin models, and I don't know how many we made. Do you remember the total number of how many got made?
Not many.
It's like kind of a special thing.
Yeah, it was maybe 24 total.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was rather expensive for how big it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And since resin's gone up, that's sort of the thing is some of these prices are getting so distorted.
Mm-hmm. Between metal and...
Yeah. Any chance of a 3-part Barbarian Queen? That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. Ron's listening, so...
Well, sort of.
Yeah, he's working and listening. And if we say anything wrong, he'll pop in and correct us.
Yeah, he never hears us when we say right. Good things, right.
Yeah, you're right. You never see him in chat when there's...
Yeah, like, hey, you guys are doing awesome. No, it's like, don't say another word. I'm going to come down and slap you. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the 3-tier idea. Obviously, the idea is to have a low-level mage, a medium-level mage, and a high-level mage,
I like the idea in general. That was actually something Rob Partha did.
I know it's been done
before. Back in the day. It's been done before as far as, you got a blister pack and it had all 3 characters in it and stuff. And you never know. It's sometimes stuff works and sometimes it doesn't. for years, companies have tried to do that Heroes Apart, is what I call it, because that was the name of a line, where you got everything and you built the guy you wanted, right, out of the pieces. And that was always just terrible. People they never sold. And nowadays, we've done a few, and they sell very, very well. There's that Pirates that you can build your own pirate and all that stuff. So, test the theory about Ron saying that there will be a big Cthulhu monster added into the case.
I don't know about a Cthulhu monster. No Lovecraftian horror. There might be something kind of big in the works. I don't know. I know
Kevin's smiling, and if Kevin's smiling, there's been something discussed. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't smile.
Unless you played in yellow, red, and brown. Okay, yeah.
The three-headed troll, Dave is the biggest, Brother Dave is the biggest fan of that three-headed troll. And he wants it to happen. And Ron is really just stalling him. So we'll have to see. It'll get broke.
He's filibustering,
It's filibuster, or as Ron calls my thing, the gorilla filibustering, or gorilla, whatever it is.
Let's see here. Any dire questions? We're kind of coming up on the top of the hour here. We're still about we got 500. So now we're 13,000 away until the next unlock, and hopefully, if we hit that by tonight, you guys will see an update and what the next expansion will be. Justin, do you have that little teaser again of the Lost Tombs? If for anybody that wasn't here, we got a little taste of the Lost Tombs. So here is the Sand Scorpion and the Dune Scorpion, sculpted by Chris Lewis. The ever awesome Chris Lewis, sculptor of the 30th anniversary dragon.
Yes,
and the boat. What else was I going to say? So the other spoilers that we've seen from Lost Tombs is we've seen the concept art for two of the characters, the Sand Dwarf
and the
and the Barbarian Girl, the fighter girl. And we've seen a sarcophagus, I think. In one of the updates, there was a green sculpt done by either Rodolphe or Julie for a sarcophagus.
Yeah.
And I think that... we've seen the Anubis as well. We've seen the Anubis model for the Lost Tombs of Akir. I think those are the only expansions that we've seen.
And those aren't terrain. The girl, the dwarf, or the statue.
Only the Lost Tombs.
Anubis itself isn't in action, is actually moving. Yeah.
And I think there might have been a pillar shown in one of the updates as well. Some kind of wall structure. Don't forget the pillar as well. And wall. Yeah, that is correct, son of a Bob. The pillar and wall were shown as well. So those are some of the spoilers that you can expect and what you will see in the Lost Tombs of Akir coming up. I know a lot of people are excited about it. There's been a lot of chatter about it on the Discord. A lot of people talking about the Lost Tombs. Let's see, what have we seen from the denizens of the dungeon? We've seen the giant crawfish, the huge crawfish, sculpted by Jason. And I think the Minotaur with feet, the physical model that we have
here on
the table.
The table, yeah.
The Minotaur with feet. And to my knowledge, I think that's all I know. I think
gargoyle.
Maybe,
I remember that. Yeah. Wasn't there a gargoyle?
Oh, there was a gargoyle. Yeah. I don't know what. I think that might have been denizens of a dungeon. You're right. There was a gargoyle in the last update, actually, on the Kickstarter. Kind of a little sneak peek there. Yeah, I think that's all that I know of from that we've seen. Oh, the wyverns. Thank you, Vintail. The wyverns. The Julie wyverns that we showed off last week.
Yeah, those are
epic. Nice tails. Very beautiful tails. So those are some of the previews that we've seen from both of those expansions. So, and there's probably still a lot more that you haven't seen in those expansions, and they'll be coming out soon. As soon as we hit the 105 and unlock Chirandar. So if you haven't got your Chirandar yet, Justin, can you? I think he should be in this file. There he is. He's a $16 option. So if you want to add Chirandar to your pledge, just go ahead and modify your pledge by $16, and then when the pledge manager comes out, you'll be able to allocate your funds.
Yeah, if you change your mind, you can move it all around.
Yeah, that's the fun part. Because maybe in a year you might not want Chirandar. Who knows? And then you can use your $16 to get something else, like the Hellborn Heroes.
Or
things
the
like
Gnolls.
that.
The Gnolls are popular.
Oh, I love the Gnolls. They're so good. Yeah, I love the physical models that we have here in the Gnolls. You guys will be able to see all the physical models that we have at the Kickstarter party and at ReaperCon. Just like what we did for Bones 5, where we had the the cases.
By then, 3 cases of them full. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a lot by then. I think we will. Being able to 3D print them and get them ready and sent off to China for masters and whatever material they're going to be made out of.
Now we also have that one to cover, that website I wanted to go to. You ready for that?
What? What'd you say?
Yes.
Galandar, yeah. Galadoria.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you want to pull that up.
I totally
Justin.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually works.
Now-
The last few minutes we have. Hold on.
It's these are some great people. They come to ReaperCon, a lot of fun. They just launched a Kickstarter. And since I'm all the time on Kickstarter, we run across this. And so Galadoria Games has done this. They're into it for a couple of days so far.
23 days to go.
Go down and just scroll on down to the stuff. A lot of their terrain. That's what they're sort of, all the people asking for terrain. There you go, back up and start with that first picture.
$25 unpainted. Oh, hand painted, $50.
Yeah.
So they're offering
Scroll
painted
back
stuff.
up. What was the one before? Is that video? But that's not there.
The review model.
Oh,
right?
the review? Yeah. No, we don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Start there, yeah.
Wow. 4
But
inch.
anyway, yeah, they do all of this there. As I said, they just kicked off. We ran across it and thought, oh my God, yes. But I said, they come to ReaperCon. It's exciting people, and I saw they had the logo on there. They're using Silecast for their manufacturing. So
Oh, they do for these walls and everything.
yeah, and all the stuff they're doing. Yeah,
Nice. I'm curious as to how it goes put together, like how it's put together. Probably in the 4 walls, if I had to guess.
yeah, I would have to think, or that would maybe be 8 walls, 4 on the bottom, first story,
Yeah.
4 on the second. This is some of the coming up on some of the stuff I like. These are that brick and brack stuff that you don't really find somebody's, you need something to fill in and make it look like something's really going on. But I love the various types of tents, and I thought that was a little modern one. But
Orc soldier tent, elf soldier tent,
yeah,
orc supply tent. I'm curious as to how big these are.
that's an interesting question. Maybe they'll have to put some scales up.
Yeah, there might be in the FAQ maybe.
But there's figures
checked.
you can get an
Oh,
idea
look,
there.
there's a good size.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're all 25 and everything.
Nice. Human soldier tents. And here's the human section for add-ons, accessory
I like
packs.
that too. I didn't realize there were bunks.
Oh, yeah. Beds, chests. Hey. Table, maps, and chairs. Oh, there's a map. Sick. That's cool. Accessory Pack 2. We have banner, sword barrel, war bell. Oh, that's fun.
Training dummy. Oh, man.
Prisoner pit, lamppost, braziers.
Braziers.
I remember I made that joke last time. Oh, they have a dwarf set. It's probably a lot of the same stuff, just themed like dwarves.
Yeah.
Like dwarven themed.
Yeah, I guess like hard chairs.
Accessory Pack 2. Bomb barrel, water well.
Oh, it's
Prisoner
dwarven.
pit.
I see. This is a dwarven.
Oh, it's the
same
dwarven-
thing,
same
but they
thing,
go
but-
from there. So this would be all elf oriented.
Elf stuff.
Their
Yeah.
type of bed, their chests, their maps, their tables.
Wooden
I see
chairs.
what they're doing. Oh, their shelves cut out of wood stumps.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Arrow barrel up the below.
Oh,
is a
that's
sword.
smart. Oh, I like that war horn. I like that a lot. Oh, the target dummy's fun too. It's just like kind of different targets that they can shoot with their bow and stuff. Cool themes for the lampposts and everything. That's smart. Let's see what they do for orcs.
Man, I don't know if I want to sleep in a bed with that on top of it. I don't know what the little thing is.
Yeah, that's supposed to be their bunk bed, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Interesting. Good designs, Galadoria. I like their chest design for the orcs as well.
Oh, now that looks like comfortable chairs.
Oh, spike. Like look like a spine, like a rib cage.
Yeah, no one's going to slump over and fall asleep in their chairs.
And then we have banner body parts. Oh, they got body parts in the orc ones. War drum. That's fun. There's a cool themed stuff that you can have in there.
Trapped mimic chairs.
There's some more braziers. Braziers.
Oh, good. There's catapult in there.
Oh, siege engines. Here we go.
And a ram.
Ballista.
That's definitely an elf in the tower.
Yeah, those
And
look
then
like
they've got
a
their stretch
scattering.
goals.
150, but so they got backer stretch goals, which it looks like they
Well,
might have
looks like
unlocked.
they're prepared.
They have a bunch of unlocks right here. 22,000 is the most recent. What is that? Orc hitching post for like horses and stuff, or mounts of some kind. Yeah, they're working on 26,000 unlock, and then question mark. Nice.
There we go. Very nice. So anyway, if y'all like anything, go out, check them out, or tell your friends. So,
Galadoria Games.
yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice people. I remember I talked to them at ReaperCon.
Yeah.
They have a booth at ReaperCon.
No, they were up here. I gave him a tour. He couldn't hit the regular because of the dealer's room hours. Couldn't hit the regular tours, so it was his kids, his wife, and I just gave him a tour of the whole facility because they were just like, oh, we've just got to see it. But and I'm like, well, come on, I'll meet you up there. And we did it like Sunday morning, really early before the room had opened up and all that kind of stuff.
I see. Super
It was
early.
a lot of fun. And then when we ran across that, I emailed him, and he's, yep, that's us. I said, well, we'll give it a shout out.
Yeah, I got a big tour this Saturday of like 18 people.
Wow,
So,
really?
Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of teachers will message me from colleges and stuff, and they'll want to come look at like a lot of production classes or business classes going through things like that, and they, it's fun. It's good content to see the processes of things and how machinery works and the processes of getting things done on a mass scale, kind of a thing.
I had to do a tour. I think it was this last Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember when. And it was an inspection for a phase 1 pollution write-up. Ours was getting dated, so they had to update it. So it was an update tour, but you still have to show them everything. And with all that, we're so packed, got stuff out, we're digging out of heavy holes, preparation to move, just getting stuff done. I was like, oh my God, thank God he's not with OSHA. Everywhere in this place is one big tripping hazard, but stuff in the aisles and everything. So
Yeah.
but it was interesting.
Also, a video came out today from Goobertown. I know a lot of people in chat watch Goobertown Hobbies on YouTube. He came out with a good video for SEOcast stuff.
Oh, really?
We sent him a bunch of Bones USA models about a month and a half ago, and he messaged me back and said that he's been hearing some things about SEOcast, and he goes, after he got our models and he was looking at them, he was really impressed, so he wanted to look more into it. So he messaged the SEOcast guys, and then he met up with them at Adepticon, and he talked to a bunch of other companies that are also using SEOcast to make their models, and he did a cool little video about cleaning them up and how they paint and the detail and how, what it is, what this means for the industry, and what's it mean for the consumer and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good watch. It's a very informative video. He's a very smart guy. So shout
We've
out
got
to
a SEOcast
Goobertown.
when we talked about. Justin's still working on it. Should be out in the next few days. Hopefully. Hear that, Justin? I've called you out.
This is the COcast video.
Yeah.
Oh, is that priority now?
Yeah. There we go. See, he traps me.
But yes, it'll be out.
Well, there you go. I think that's it for the update today. We're creeping up on the update. It's either going to be tonight or hopefully tomorrow as soon as we hit this 1.05.
Oh,
So-
Palos, we were using the figures he got were this said a while back. We've
Yeah.
been getting the hard stuff, whatever, now for the last 2 shipments. That's all we have is a ton of hard.
Yeah, Palos. He did. I think he did mention it in the video that the models that he got were the older
Yeah.
kind, but he
Yeah.
did say that a lot of where everybody's transitioning over to
Yeah.
the hard. So, and we have been using hard for a while.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes the stock will sit there from the old stuff, and then once it goes through,
Well, and
it'll
also,
start to.
too, if they didn't, and it's not something we rotate anyway because it doesn't perish,
Yeah.
they might uncover a bucket of it or something like that. But our mixing allows us to balance that. So
Yeah, and I like the good point in his video. He talks about it cleaning up better than the old COcast stuff, CORes, and stuff like that. So I think that's all good points in his videos. So.
I don't think I don't think anything's going to replace metal. But what's going to definitely make metal a harder sell, and you're going to see again more shrinkage in people doing metal, is the price. Price of tin was floating around $23 per pound the other day when Dave ordered.
Yeah, it's getting it's
That makes it really pricey, yes. And when we started out, it was $2 a pound, and it was that for a lot of years, and then it just all of a sudden went berserk with everything else.
I don't know return. I don't know what the difference is in what you're asking. I think the one that is the most popular that you guys want to see first will probably be the next one that gets unlocked or the next one that gets revealed on the map.
Yeah.
That comes up next. The part 1 of it, at least. And then shortly after that, there might be part 1 of the Denizens or Hakir.
He's sort of saying the same thing. Shows up on the map
Yeah.
and revealed. I think if whichever one gets revealed, I think will also probably be the first one
On the map,
I
yeah.
would assume. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
the
wait
answer
for
to I
Rhonda.
think both your questions is the same thing. Yeah. But yes, that is the plan. So here in about $13,000, if we get there, then you guys will
Yeah.
see in the next.
I mean, Izzy Lobo, like it's getting expensive. She mentioned the average model we do. Let's say in a player character with the cape is going to cost. I mean, weigh probably around an ounce, maybe a little less than an ounce, or 16 ounces to the pound, and it's $22 for the pound. So you're already into it for $1.15, $1.20, just to have the metal there. That's before you've put it in, made it, cast it, dot anything else to it.
made
So
the
it's-
molds,
Yeah.
put the time to cast it all.
So it's it's definitely going to see jumps. We've really tried to hold back on raising the metal. But yeah, you don't find it in stores anymore either that much. It's pretty much going to be a mail order only item because it just doesn't move in the same speed. And that because a lot of, the price is intimidating for a lot of early painters and stuff. I'm just starting out, whatever. Oh, why do I want to pay $20 when I can pay $2 or something?
Yeah. And later this week, you guys will have some answers about the Kickstarter wrap-up party. We'll have a lot more details, probably, hopefully, on Wednesday, Thursday of this week about what you need to expect and all that stuff for the Kickstarter.
There's also
countdown
a
party.
shipping document I've been working on for the last couple of work days, Friday and today, all day today. And in it, we've reached out again to our accountants, this time and even an attorney's in there, about what the options are, if any, in being able to process to the EU. And as far as collecting VAT and everything else. But where we've left off, they're initially what they're telling us is that it's IOSS or OSS. And we don't qualify for OSS because that's just EU company to EU company, inside the EU company transactions. So anyway, we'll see what we can do and things like that. So we'll have more on that as it happens. But I would expect the next day or so we'll have something up that is pretty detailed.
Yeah. Justin, do you have a raid in mind?
I do.
Oh, perfect.
Hit the button.
Okay.
Is it Dave's office?
we
Are we going to
raiding?
tap into that camera we put in
We're
there?
raiding Dave's office. No, we're going to be raiding a channel titled Bark Axe Miniature.
Bark Axe.
Oh,
Bark
We've never-
Axe.
We've never raided them before. So
Okay.
it looks like it's a wargaming thing. It looks like, I can't tell what he's painting right now. It looks like a deck of some sort,
Okay.
but it looks like fun. So,
All right.
all right.
Well, go say hey.
Hello. Yeah, say hello from Reaper.
Bark Axe.
Spread the Reaper love as always. Keep being awesome, and
Yeah.
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll see you
All right.
tomorrow
Y'all
for
stay
Ann's
safe, have fun.
jazz hands.
I don't know who's going to
Yes,
beat my
sir.
jazz hands. I got to keep doing that. I think they clipped it, so I shouldn't have to do it all the time.
All right. We'll see you guys.
very
Have a good
much.
night. Try to go get some more backers up there. We gotten a
Tell
bunch
your
in the
friends.
past week.
That's how it all works. We don't need more money from you. We just need you to go find backers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take care.
See you guys later. Wave, everybody.
Bye.